Hi, Pisces. Welcome to your April 2024 message for the month. I always like to focus on what do you need to hear, see, feel, and know so that you, number one, get happy. Number two, you start taking action towards your desire. And number three, so that you actually enjoy the action to your desire. So without further ado, let's dive in. It kind of looks like the issue for the month is sometimes I like to call this like the deeper interpersonal growth lesson, the soul level lesson, but like the kind of just the personal transformation issue coming up for you. So you got the King of Earth upright crossed with the Seven of Earth. So Pisces, this definitely means that you're a little bit too focused on like being a provider. It's so weird for this to be the message, guys. I'm normally like slapping people down saying you're toxic, stop being toxic. But this is you have a hyper focus on, and it's not necessarily that you want to be like that, typical masculine financial provider guy. That might be your specific goal, but you definitely have the goal of being the King of Earth. And the King of Earth is the man who has like money settled and love settled. But before you go for love, you want the money 100% settled. Because you're the cross that you got in that is the Seven of Earth, but it was reversed. The Seven of Earth is the indicator that, hey, Leona, the Seven of Earth is the indicator that the seeds have been planted. You just need to keep tending to your garden and it's gonna happen, right? When the apple tree is there and you see the seed, they're not seedlings, they're the blooms, the blossoms, they will eventually turn into the damn apple. So your question is right now, you have your apple orchard built, right? Whatever you're doing financially speaking, Pisces, you're doing well for yourself. You got your apple orchard built, to go with that analogy. And like all the trees are growing, and this is the year that they're supposed to start like growing fruit that you could actually sell for money. So you're at this like crossroads of, well, I'm not where I want to be financially yet to then date. So do you actually wait for the apples to start forming and then you get your first round of money from your apples to then date? Or can you do it now when seeds are well planted? Wow. Okay. Okay. And for your personal issue, which is more like the day to day kind of like personality, human growth lesson, it's you got the Queen of Air upright. So this is when the Queen of Air is upright, that's the person who's like very logical, this is the decision that makes sense. I need to stick with it. So that thinking, Pisces, is what got you to where you need to be for this financially fit to be there. You need to start changing your thinking to start getting the love life going because there's going to be, yeah. Be okay, just to be like blunt, essentially don't think that you have to be the absolute final finished product because maybe the girl that likes you or maybe your even ideal relationship is one where like she was part of it for some of the journey, maybe she wants to have like cheered you on or something. Um it's kind of you got the 10 of cups clarifying all of this, which just means you don't need to worry. You could have an emotionally fulfilling satisfaction right now just as much like an emotionally fulfilling, loving romance side of your life right now, just as fulfilling as your money life is right now. There's just going to be a little personal growth from that Queen of Air. That's why I would encourage you guys to like start dating, to get to know people, or if you already have a cutie in the mix, it's worthwhile to like hang out with them more often. I don't know if you guys are hanging out or not. If you're hanging out, keep hanging out. And maybe you could just your next step would be asking more deliberate intentions like, well, hey, so like where do you see yourself in 10 years? Or like, what would your ideal relationship look like? You could just start a little bit of, are we compatible for the future? Or if you haven't been hanging out with them, the first step would be like, go fucking hang out with them. Ooh, cussed. Go hang out with them. Okay. Because there's going to be lessons about how to make it successful that if you wait the 3 months, the 6 months, the year, the 2 years for your money to be absolutely perfect at 10 out of 10, that could have been time where you were learning the life lessons. Someone wants conceptual versus contextual. You need to start learning the conceptual knowledge. Conceptual knowledge is like real world. You can only learn by trial and error, and that's very much relationships. So why are you wasting valuable time? From my perspective, why are you wasting valuable time to start either making it work with the honey bunny that you got in your mix? Because in the recent past, you got the Ace of Water uprights. So that means it's the ace. So it's the beginning of it, but that card indicates that it's like the beginning, that both people are mutually interested. Why? I don't know, man. Pisces, if I could, let me pull the rest of the cards. I would just encourage you to start going out and trying to make it work with the honey bunny. Because it may not work with the honey bunny, but you might learn a lot that will then help you with the next person even more. Like, wow, from her it didn't work out, whether because you guys were incompatible or whether because you just don't have the social skills. Who knows why? You'll either learn the social skills or you at least knocked that person off so you don't spend the 3 or 4 months once your money is 10 out of 10 instead of 8 out of 10. Like, I don't know. Save your time, Pisces. Save your time. Um, Interesting. Okay, so in the current moment right now, it's the 9 of air reverse. So the 9 of air upright is when you're like really in your head about a decision, when you're like, "Oh my god, what should I do? Did I do the wrong thing? What should coulda, woulda, shoulda, what should I have done?" That it's reversed. That's definitely indicating that you're not taking action on the honey bunny. Um Honestly, it's a big O flat out, you don't think you're good enough as is right now. But what I'm gonna point out to you, Pisces, is that if the other person, it's obvious there's mutual attraction, and for the Ace of Water to be there upright, it is true, they've made their decision. So this, I would argue, is an empathy lesson for you, and not all people want the same things. Not all people define success the same way. So you might want to be that king of earth, but she might be like, I'm okay. I know he's on the path to being a king of earth. Like, right? Because you don't want to date a dum dum. You don't want a girl who will accept, trash. So you're not dating a dum dum. But if she's okay when you're at like the night stage, you're still taking action to get there. Like, why not start enjoying the company and the companionship now? That's my point of view. It looks like going into the future, okay, as of right now, the energy snapshot, if you do nothing to change this, which I already told you that would essentially be, okay, even though I would like to be somewhere else, she's okay with it, let's go for it. Or you might decide, no, I know I want to feel that confident, I'm not going to do it. It looks like that's what you're going to choose at this moment of time, because in the future you got the Page of Water reversed. So that does kind of indicate that you're either not going to take that loving communication forward and be like, "Hey, yeah, let's go out." And even if it's just friends, it doesn't even be. I don't even want to tell you guys to go on a date with this person. I just want to get you guys out of your damn house with this person. So go do a friend hangout with them. Go do a group event with them, or like go to meetup.com and go, hey, I found, like, if you have to be the one to initiate, but you don't want it to be outside of friendship, just be like, hey, I found this board game meetup. Want to go? That's not like a date. That's like friends hanging out. So like be friends with the person. Get out of your house, Pisces. But I do want to warn you, when the Page of Water is reversed, is you're either not going to be the one doing what I just suggested, or the other person might start backing off. You're still going to feel the love. You're still going to feel that, like, oh, I know this person is still like it, like there's interest there. It just kind of looks like the person's going to be like backing off a little bit, which is like fair enough. It's different. It's a different situation when you communicate like, hey, I can definitely see our like mutual attraction and we like mutually like each other. I have this plan set up that I was going to wait till I was 30 before I started dating, and I wanted like 100,000 in the bank. Maybe your goals, because you got the King of Earth, you probably have more money than what I suggested. I wanted to have 1 million in the bank before I like got married and started the family thing. Um, she might go, well, that's okay. I don't care. They don't have 1 million yet. You could open up to a conversation between the two of you, and then you could hear like what her values actually are. And you could be like, okay, well, just so you know, if we start dating now, this financial goal of mine is a solid goal, and I will not accept anything to derail it. So that means until I get that, there are no vacations, there are no Michelin rated restaurant trips. Um, and then it's up to the other person. You got to give the other person the choice for them to go, "That's okay with me, like, I kinda wanna be working on this and this anyway, and, like, honestly, I just like your company, your companionship, and I could use your help on some things." Or the other person might go, "Oh, no, I'm on vacations now." You gotta be willing to let the other person make a decision for what they want. Um, and it's also different from the other person's point of view that if you have that conversation, like, "I've always had these goals, you can do it the way I already suggested," or another way is, "I need to hit these goals before I even consider dating. I just wanted to let you know that because I value your time and I value your friendship." And then that way they at least know, like, okay, there was mutual attraction there. I'm not an idiot. He's just not at a stage where he's ready to start dating. I am going to go start going on other dates. I would like to challenge you a little bit then if you're going to be that person's friend. Would you be okay then if she like friend zones you and then she goes, "Well, hey, I went out with this guy. Do you think he's serious? Here's what he said." Like, would you be okay hearing about her dates? If you're not, then I'd encourage you to like pony it up and get over whatever little you think it's a money issue. I want to be this financially successful before I start dating. But in reality, there is like a personality growth, pickup artist words, game to learn. So there is some personal growth that you're generally you're avoiding that. To be honest, that's what a lot of this read. You're avoiding the personal growth to be in a more like intimate relationship where you're mutually contributing to the relationship. It looks like a lot of your love in the past has been the woman doing a lot of the emotional maintenance, doing a lot of the work, a lot of the planning, but you want a more balanced relationship. So I don't know, you might as well start learning it now, Pisces. Might as well. But okay, so either tell her this is where I'm at, this is where I want to go. Are you okay with dating me? And tell them there. Or this is what I want, this firm decision. Let's just be friends. I want to support you how I can. Because if you don't communicate those with them, people aren't mind readers. That's why that person's gonna like be backing off a little bit. Like, all right, I mean, I keep reaching out, but they never go out. Eventually, those invites are gonna stop. That's normal, guys, right? You wouldn't keep investing in whatever you're investing in if you didn't see returns, right? If you didn't see returns, you'd go find another one. Okay, so in terms of your personal power this month, oh, I see why you're stalling on the love life, especially this person in your recent past. You can't get an accurate read on them, and you're normally pretty intuitive, and you're used to getting a pretty accurate read on someone. And since you can't do that, you're like, well, I don't know if they'll 100% respond this way, so I need to give it more time. I gotta be blunt. Like you're out of time, but at least with this particular person, you're not like out of time. You're running out of time. The other person's just starting to like, okay, I've been investing here and I'm not seeing any returns on my investment. You wouldn't keep putting your money into an investment that's not returning money. They're not going to keep pouring their love and their social invites to you if they're not seeing a return on that. And so I understand your personal power. Your personal power is to take action even when your intuition isn't giving you all the information that you need. Pretty much. So even though you can't see the full picture, you can't get an accurate read on them, it's like still to take action. Because the more that you withdraw, you're not gonna be able to get the full complete picture of the person until you hang out with them one on one. Guys, this is something that I coach guys through. I always talk about Plato's cave. If you are having a text relationship with the person or because some guys they just really like to text a girl for like 2 or 3 months before they go on a date with her. No, you can learn a lot about her. I'm like, right, but you're gonna learn a hell of a lot more about her when you're out and about with her, seeing her react. Like, oh my god, that show's in town. Now you know to. Oh, I was thinking of going to that show too. Like, I really wanted to go. I like you could even if I don't know if money's an issue for her, you could just be like, I want to go. Oh my god, I'm so glad I know who I'm going with now. I'm buying tickets right now. Are you in? But you just got a date without having to like plan this super romantic gesture. But you're only going to get that info if you went on a friend hangout with that person walking down the street to see her reaction, right? You're not going to get that. You're not going to get that information via text. Like you're just not just, people don't just, oh my God, I just saw this show, right? Like our 20-year-olds do that. Okay, outside influences. Oh, here's the issue with the person you like. They got the 10 of earth energy. You feel within them that they are ready. They're like, fuck it, I'm in. I'm ready for family. I'm ready for love. I'm so ready to be there. Like they are like, I'm ready for family and love. So you're probably like, I'm not where I want to be yet for that. Oh, I understand where you're at, Pisces. Oh, I understand. I understand. It's really up to you. I don't see that you're gonna lose this person for good. I do see that the person's gonna like start backing off, and I'm gonna guess that they might start exploring other options. Um, and just know that sometimes when like a relationship kicks off via text or like a group hangout, it's easier to go like this privately. Otherwise, what it looks like it's going to happen, it's going to be the person's energy is just going to go down a little bit. So then when you're like the king of earth, when you're like, okay, now I'm ready, then you would like, you're going to have to pick it back up. And like being blunt, considering I said, I just need to get you out of your house, you probably don't have a lot of game. But look, that girl's interested in you and you don't have a lot of game. That says a lot about how much this person likes you. So you don't have a lot of game, being blunt right now, Pisces. You're gonna have to pick it back up because you can completely understand if you were investing in something that wasn't returning an ROI to you, financially speaking, you would be hesitant to put money there again, right? So if the energy goes like this and you reach out to her, you're gonna have to be the one bringing the energy back up to here. You could see where she'd be hesitant, like, oh, I don't know, he's not really looking for someone right now. This is something he's pushed off to the future. Fine, you want to be friends, let's be friends. You're gonna get that kind of energy instead of just a continual kickoff. And like, guys, just because you meet someone and go on a date, it doesn't mean that that person like that you have to be like, I know I want to marry you. No, that's the point of hanging out with them one on one to get to know them better. What's the energy between the two of you alone? What's the vibe? What's the oh, she likes shows, I like shows. Like, um, yeah, okay. In terms of your hopes or fears for the month, that's interesting. You got the Knight of Fire as your hopes or fears. Your hope is that she sees, this is a brutal message for you, Pisces. Your hope is that you can charismatically pick it up anytime, at any time. I know that I could come in, swoop in, and get this off the ground running. That is your hope. I hate to be blunt, you don't have that much game. You're is there any is there any fear in that? It's just the hope. I how do I word this to you, Pisces? You have a self-image of yourself as being a very gregarious, financially and socially balanced person. Um, being blunt, socially, you don't have enough conceptual experience yet to like be able to walk into a room and just be that person that wows the whole room. You have to go out with people and hang out with them to get that experience. And you're also going to find that sometimes when you say one thing to one girl, it makes her go, oh my God, ha ha ha. Another will go, oh my God, I can't believe you said that to me. And then you're going to go back home and you're going to think, because you're very intuitive and very introspective, Pisces. You're going to go back like, huh, why did I work on that one lady and not that other one? You're like, oh, I knew this and this about her before I said that. Her, I didn't know that. Now I know to ask those questions before I make that joke again. Like that's conceptual knowledge and skills that you're only going to gain from doing it. I'm not trying to push you one way or another. I would just, as you get older in life, guys, you start to truly realize how precious time is and how little of it you actually have. So that's all I'm just trying to say is that you might as well be utilizing your time right now because you're going to have to gain these conceptual skill sets anyway. And just because you're not a 10 out of 10 financially where you want to be or an 8 out of 10, like the other person may not care about going to those shows right away. Like don't make the decision for them. Those are things you're going to have to learn no matter what, whether you do it right now or later. Your outcome for this month, the outcome as of right now, if you do nothing, it looks like you're not going to take action towards the little cutie that you had a spark with. But it looks like you're going to remain hopeful. It's kind of like you're like, okay, no, this is an option. I'm going to put this here. And when I'm ready for that, I'll go grab it. I guess you'll have to tune in next month to figure out if that person has like energetically moved on or not. I don't know. Essentially, to sum this up, reading very short and concise for you guys after rambling for 20 minutes. Well, I wasn't rambling. That was a good information for you guys. In short, it's a don't let your money be a reason to not be going out and like gaining the social conceptual skill set and knowledge, because like your money, you're already on track for it to be hitting where you want it to be hitting. Like you don't have to worry about it. You could probably be spending a little bit more right now on like niceties, luxury, or whatever, and your money's still going to get that goal. Like you're on track. And guys, you want a girl who will be like, fuck yeah, I've got your back. And then you're like, oh, my money went down a little. That's all right, babe. Let's go cut coupons. You want the girl who's going to be doing that anyway. So I don't see why you're not taking action myself, because you want the ride or die, not the person who's just, oh, he's a financial provider, right? Let that be a perk of you instead of the main reason why she's attracted to you. So if you go out with someone now and go, hey, look, I got financial goals. I know, like maybe the conversation will be like, I know I make a lot of money. I share that with you, but I've got financial goals and I want to hit them. If you guys are further along in the relationship, you could let them know what the money goals are. But if you're not, like it could also be, but guys, there's like my city alone, they have every Friday. Soon they're going to start having Friday Nightfall, which is free music every Friday. And they bring in like food trucks. Like you could afford tacos for you and the person, or you could just like let it be a friend hangout. Buy your tacos, let them buy their tacos. This person probably just wants to hang out with you based on the read more. My city also once a month, they do a free day at the museum. So find the free shit to just hang out with them. Then you're hitting your financial goals. You're getting the conceptual skill sets that you're going to need to gain anyway. You're finding out if this person's a ride or die, or if they're just into you for your money. All right, I don't know. You guys got it. I'm curious how this is going to play out. If you guys give me a thumbs up, give me a comment. Let me, if you have any questions, write a question. I'll make a video for you. Sorry, I guess they decided to do the lawn as I was recording this. And if you guys are at a place in your life where you're looking to like become who you really are, not in the financial sense, but in the emotional sense, and be ready for a relationship, scroll down the description below and there's a link for us to hop on a call to see if I can help you with that emotional side of your journey. All right, love y'all. Bye.